Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Pear Shaped in Dystopia, London's second most backing comedy club ever.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hi. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hi. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. This is Pear Shaped in Dystopia. On a Wednesday night at 8:30, once a month. Yes, it's Pear Shaped, and we hope you'll come to see us. And don't be late, last Wednesday of the month. Pear Shaped is just a fiver to come in, and we hope you'll be coming back again to Pear Shaped in Dystopia on a Wednesday night at 8:30.
On a Wednesday night at 8:30.
We've got a comment already.
We've got a comment.
Whoop whoop from Dave.
Whoop, whoop. Hey, thank you, Dave. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Pear Shaped in Dystopia. The funniest web fucking thing on the internet. Absolutely incredible. It's going all around the world at the moment. We've got thousands of people. There's 2 people watching at the moment. We've got 4 people. It's doubled already. So it's very it's really paying off, because I found out today that it was a year ago yesterday that I put something on Facebook saying, "Oh no, what we're going to start this fucking thing," and it's a whole page of shit about how fantastic it was going to be, and I can't believe that I was that enthusiastic.
Well, now we're a year on, with the reality is. So it's going out of the picture. I'm just trying to get you back in the picture.
So I've got over, and can you just lean forward a bit? No, that way. This way. There you go. Look, there's somebody at the back there smiling.
Oh yeah, it's your.
It's ruined the.
It's new unfinished canvas.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to do something, aren't we?
You keep squeaking. Your guitar is squeaking.
Yeah. So.
Oh, we thought we'd have a sort of Halloween
ghostly squeak, isn't it? Yeah. So that's I'll just push the button if I was you.
Shall I just push a button?
Yeah, before something happens.
Oh, we haven't introduced the rest of the
We're not introduced.
staff.
Oh God! All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Brian. This is Krysstal, my glamorous assistant. No, that's not. It's not Krysstal. That's Al.
I'm Krysstal.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in the picture.
Yeah, I'm getting the hang of this.
We've lost 2 people already.
We've lost 2 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've given up. Oh, hang on, we've got more comments. Wait a minute. Just
well, fuck off. We're going.
Oh,
yeah,
Gracie.
We've had enough.
Gracie.
Gracie
from down under.
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Gracie,
oh,
could I hear you fucking going? Yeah.
He's
from New Zealand.
She's Aussie.
She is, yeah.
But she lives in New Zealand.
And she likes dressing up, doesn't she? I remember that about
her. She likes dressing other people up.
Yeah, just dressing up in weird clothes.
She's a fantastic costume designer and provider.
Cosplay.
And
that's what she does. Cosplay.
Marnie Littler. Good evening.
Marnie. Marnie is the daughter of Tony Littler. I accused her of being his girlfriend when she was on before, and she didn't like that at all.
No,
but she is his daughter. So. And Dave said his daughter is ringing now. Seems to be a lot of daughters involved tonight, for some reason.
Nice to see you both.
Yeah, fuck you.
Frocker. Yeah, she's a frocker, that's it.
Yeah.
That's a technical term, a frocker.
A frocker. What do you think we're living on a fucking frocker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely, Gracie. Lovely to see you. It must be early in the morning over there. Right. How long to be? Right. So, on with the show.
Yeah, we're gonna. It's Halloween.
So this is Al. That way.
Yeah. This is Halloween. Halloween. Yeah. And his Mandolino. Yeah, Al's going to play his mandolin later on. It'll sound like that, but probably different. And he, shut up while I'm talking.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to play while somebody's talking. You play before and after, not during.
And then
There
we
you
have
go.
we have.
See, I've told him off.
We've got a guest co-compare.
It's got a bit of an edge to the thing when me and Al get when
yeah,
so
like when
shut up
you
with your
you and I start fighting.
yeah,
got an edge
yeah,
to it as
that's
well.
later. That's the other.
Later.
It's the other
Yeah.
edge.
Yeah.
So
Come back
what?
in the screen. And we have a guest co-compare because Anthony's.
We do. Yeah. Anthony
working or
is
something.
indisposed. Yeah. That's,
And there's Dickie,
yeah.
who's not indisposed. He's in his office
Well,
room.
I'm in the bunker.
In the bunker.
he's in
Hello,
his
everybody.
office.
Is it a
Good
year already?
No,
a year of the concept, but not a year of
Yeah.
broadcasting.
Yeah, January. It's
Going on a bit,
started
isn't
in
it, really?
January. It is going on a bit,
Yeah.
and it was. I think partly, I came up with it because around Christmas I get depressed. I fucking hate Christmas. I hate it with a vengeance, and so I got depressed, and I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll start
depress
Pear
everybody
Shaped up
else.
again and
Yeah.
depress
What
everybody
depresses
else.
you, Brian? Is it the thought of driving that sleigh around on Christmas Eve?
I know, it's as soon as I hear jingle bells,
Yeah, I
jingle
know,
bells,
yeah.
ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding, Christmas. And everybody talks about fucking Christmas every day. And
It's
I never.
only a bloody day, isn't it?
And everyone gets
All that
obsessed
lead up.
about getting a new sofa in time for Christmas, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a new
Everything in
sofa
time.
in time for Christmas.
Get her
Yeah.
in time for Christmas.
So now we've gone full circle, and I'm depressed again. So, but it's all right. I cheered myself up the other day. I fell over.
No, he had a fall.
I did.
Had a little fall.
Fucking,
Yeah.
I fucking hurt myself.
You did.
Break your
Yeah.
hip. Break your hip.
No, I punctured a lung and hurt me hand and my
Scraped his
shoulder,
nose.
and I
Luckily, your
scraped my nose
scrapes have
and my
gone
glasses,
now. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so that cheered me up no end. So for the
Yeah.
last week, I've been on painkillers. So
And at least you know gravity's working all right where you are.
It is.
So-
It
That
definitely
and
is.
holes
Yeah.
in the pavement. Yeah.
Well, funny enough, it's about holes in the pavement, and it's not long ago. As a staunch Labour supporter, I was almost offended when a Lib Dem bloke came to the door, and he said, "I'm very worried about the pavements round here, you know, and having the grass cut." I'm thinking, for fuck's sake, there's more important things going on at the moment than our pavements. And of course, then I went out. It has occurred to me since I fell and damaged myself that I could sue the council. You see,
Yeah.
but
Somebody said that to me. You could sue the council.
well, but I'd have to pretend I was brain damaged, and no one's ever going to believe that.
Ah.
So
You've got to get one of those injury lawyers for you, Brian, where you don't have to do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, you wear a neck brace. and-
well, we did have one because I would have to wear a neck brace even on gigs.
even
So
though you've
that-
got no neck.
yeah. So
Brilliant.
I'm depressed again
So,
now.
I'm going to play the first clip of the show. On with the show.
Yes, we've got a theme. Yeah.
I love having sex, especially at places where you really shouldn't. Like at the funeral for your dead husband. What? We wouldn't have a funeral for a husband that was alive now, would you? Goodness, do I sound like a black widow? Although I'm not sure you're meant to say that sort of thing these days. These days, I think it's meant to be widow of colour. I really was so upset after I lost my last husband. It was such a tragedy. We couldn't remember where I left his wheelchair. But funerals really are the best place to find, if not a husband, then a broad shoulder to cry on. I find the hunky pallbearers have the broadest of shoulders. That if you are going to weep onto one of those, make sure he's dropped the coffin off it first. Or to put it crudely, that he's dropped his palls.
here we have Brian and Krysstal with their number one fan.
Yeah.
Been waiting.
Our agent. He's come along to see us tonight because he's heard that we're pretty good, actually. Well, he looks convinced.
He's been standing in that position, waiting for a television gig, and he looks like.
He looks a bit like Krysstal, actually, but she. I'm not sure if it's a he or a she.
Mm-hmm.
She, I think
It's a she. Yeah.
she's not taller.
It'd be the same height as you if it wasn't for that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, I've got a screw in my head as well.
Look at him.
All right, now
Much like your act.
that.
Scary looking and gutless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good name for our act. Scary looking and gutless.
Well, that was great. That was something happened there, and I'm not sure what happens now. Yeah, I was just going to sit here and go, and perhaps I should ask Brian or Al.
Yeah.
Maybe they know what's going on.
Yeah, what's happening, Al?
We don't know what's going on. Do we know what's
Something's
going
happened
on?
there, isn't it?
No, we've got a band now. You might recognise a couple of people in the band. And they're called the Wrinkle Pickers.
Oh,
yeah.
so perhaps if the Wrinkle Pickers are coming on, perhaps I could make myself useful and say something like, "Ladies and gentlemen, now the Wrinkle Pickers."
I'm back at school where bullies torture me. They're walking out across an endless sea. I'm being chased from darkness underground. Try to look, but I can't turn around. Scary dreams are keeping me awake. All I do is lie in bed and shake. I can't stand another frightening scene. Someone help me stop this scary dream. I'm jumping back and forth in time, trying to fight some awful gory crime. How come widows always laugh at me? I don't think they'll ever set me free. Scary dreams are keeping me awake. All I do is lie in bed and shake. Well, I can't stand another frightening scene. Someone help me stop this scary dream. Trapped inside a tomb of ghosts and ghouls. Dead from just to follow any rule. Frozen to the spot again, it seems. Like no one hear my silent scream. Scary dreams are keeping me awake. All I do is lie in bed and shake. Well, I can't stand another frightening scene. Someone help me stop this scary dream. Scary dreams are keeping me awake. All I do is lie in bed and shake. Well, I can't stand another frightening scene. Someone help me stop this scary dream. Someone help me stop this scary dream. Someone help me stop this scary dream. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Darren, and I am an investor, and I would like to tell you about an investment opportunity that came my way. I have always wanted to be a buy-to-let landlord, but have never been able to afford a house. So I was very lucky when I came across buy-to-let cars, which promised 11% for buying a car for somebody else for £14,000. Marvellous, except, of course, once I'd bought a buy-to-let car, I couldn't actually drive it because it was somebody else's. So this was a bit of a problem. But as luck would have it, having seen this hoarding, I walked around the corner. And right there, right in front of me, was another hoarding, which said that I could rent a car for £199 a month. This was from a company called Wheels for Shore, which I then Googled and discovered was the sister company of buy-to-let cars. So I was buying from my own company, which is always good if you buy from a company that you invest in. So the problem then was that Wheels for Shore hadn't got enough cars. Apparently, for every 4 cars that was owned by the parent company, Buy-to-Let Cars, and the consortium, there was only 1 car. So there were 4,000 of us investors, but only 365 cars. So I couldn't get a car. But unfortunately, the consortium then collapsed. And very unfairly, I think I must say, the auditor has said that I'm not allowed a car or my money back. And I think that is wrong because I have invested in and purchased from 2 companies. But I can't understand why this is not taken seriously by other people. Something should be done.
Well, I think something should be done. What do you reckon, Dickie? Something should be done about that,
into the stream. Yeah.
Well, I think, Brian, what I'm most impressed by is that this show not only gives you fine performances, but also sound financial advice.
Yes.
That was very, nowadays it's important, isn't it? More so than ever.
Yes, it is.
So
especially from Mr. Miller.
Exactly. Yeah,
Because
I'm gonna look that up. Buy-to-let cars. I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Right. Why are you looking for somewhere to live then?
Yes.
Okay.
You need a van for that.
You do.
Yeah. You got a van for that. You do. That's right.
Something with a mattress.
Yeah, Brian, do you know, this is like a Halloween show, isn't it?
It is.
Scary Dreams there, which I will say is one of the Wrinkle Picker's favourite songs of mine. Scary Dreams, I love that. But on a serious note, I had a near-death experience today.
Did you?
No.
Yeah, I took a shortcut through the cemetery.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
And do you know what? I used to go out of a ghost.
Did you?
Yeah. 2 years I was seeing her.
Oh, she sounds like my imaginary girlfriend. She's got a diaphanous blouse that leaves everything to the imagination. So,
well, I'm actually going to sit on a serious note, Brian. I'm being haunted by a ghost, an asthmatic ghost.
Really?
Yeah, I've got respiratory problems.
Oh dear. This is a wheeze, isn't it? I reckon it's time. I reckon it's time now for before we. I reckon it's time for 2 minutes of pattern math.
Good idea, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, is it? Am I doing it or what?
Yeah, you can do it.
You can do it. You can.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 minutes of pattern math.
Hey.
Hi, Sean.
Woo.
Catherine, hello, and whoosh. Welcome to a banger of a Guy Fawkes special of 2 minutes of Pat and Math. And the question is very simple, Catherine. Guy Fawkes, good guy or bad guy?
Wonderful joke there, Sean. Well done. I've always viewed Guy Fawkes as the hero of the piece. I like to view Bonfire Night as a celebration of a beautiful attempt at creating a new world order. And, it's God loves a trier, doesn't he? He tried, he didn't succeed, but there's always next time.
Yeah. I mean, when you say he tried, what he tried to do was murder a lot of people.
Yeah.
And blow up, in many ways, the symbol of Western democracy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nuanced. That's all I'm saying. It's nuanced.
Yeah, like it could have been knocked down, and then we could have built like a giant ball pit over the top of it, and tourists would be coming to look at the houses of Ball Pool. It'd be great.
Or a skate park.
Yeah.
Imagine.
What do you think?
Well, I was going to say he's an awful person, but now I'm totally sold on that skate park. Imagine doing an ollie off Big Ben.
Right into a ball pool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And also, lovely bonfire. So thanks for that, guy.
Yeah, nice and warm.
Toasty.
Hey, happy bonfire night. Don't gather.
If only everybody else was half as nice as me. What a fantastic, wonderful, marvellous place the world would be. Lots of lovely people performing tricks and stunts. But it never can be because, you see, the world is full of nasty, horrible fiends and thugs and people who drink and smoke. They run about and wave and shout and think it's all a joke. And just because we're privileged, they're as jealous as can be. Oh, if only everybody else was as nice as me.
I've got pots and pots of money left to me by dear Papa.
Yes.
A bank account in Switzerland.
And several motor cars.
A mansion down in Surrey. And a villa in Vermont. And Mummy runs a brothel, and it's simply packed with
nasty, horrible fiends and thugs and people who drink and smoke. Now, I've got nothing against the homeless.
Yes.
It must be a frightful bore, but that doesn't mean I want the bastards moving in next door. So I save my cardboard boxes and stack them out the front and sell them for a fiver to that lazy shower of nasty, horrible fiends and thugs and people who drink and smoke. All the young conservatives.
Up your bottoms.
Yes, up your bottom. And mine too. Right. Yes.
Now, Keir has a fear he doesn't stand out in the crowd.
Yes.
He does a lot of talking, but none of it too loud. And as for bloody Boris...
Bloody Boris?
Yes.
That repulsive little runt. If he cuts his throat, he'll get my vote. The man is obviously a...
Conservative.
Yes.
Or just a cunt. Now, we think it's time for somebody live.
Someone who's alive and dressed for the occasion. Dressed for the occasion. Yes. Ah, I've just spotted somebody.
And appropriately, who has the word behind her.
Ladies and gentlemen, Becky Fury.
I was a bit of a weird kid. I bet you can't imagine that I was a bit of a weird kid. I was totally into that sort of trans thing. I was convinced that I was a boy, and I cut my hair short and I called myself Johnny. And I got bullied, but I never got bullied for that. When I was a kid, I got bullied for not having Nike trainers. And I was on the brink of calling Childline, obviously not because of the bullying, but because my mum wouldn't buy me the trainers that I wanted. I don't know if you remember that from the 90s when you were a child. You threaten your parents with Childline because they wouldn't buy you something that you wanted. And your mum would be like, "You're 8 years old. You don't need a pair of £100 trainers that you'll grow out of in 6 months." And I was like, "Yeah, I do. This is child abuse. I'm going to call Childline." My mum's from India, and she obviously didn't get how important Nike trainers were, because she's not just from India, but she's a different generation. And she didn't get why I needed these trainers. She was like, "You've already got a lovely pair of lovely, durable Clark's shoes." Right, you don't need a pair of Nike trainers. They're hard wearing and they'll protect your feet. And I was like, yeah, but what will protect the rest of me? And my mum thought about it. And the next day I get back from school and there's actually a shoebox there. And I was like, oh, what's in there? Nike trainers. And I open it and there's tissue paper and there's a big bronze statue of the goddess Kali. And my mum's like, well, if you have problems with bullies, this statue will protect you. So I put it in my bag and I took it to school with me so its divine energy could be close by when Shania the bully came up to me. And when she came up to me, what I did is I took that statue out and I whispered a prayer and then I whacked around the head with it. Never had a problem with being bullied ever again. My mum was right. Kylie's protective powers were absolutely incredible, but I still wanted those trainers. And I was kind of horrified when the sweatshop scandal broke out because I was like, if my mum finds out about this, I am never going to get those trainers. And I was right. My mum found out and she said, you're not having a pair of those trainers that was made in that terrible sweatshop that employs your uncle and his 20 children. Well, that's not quite true. My uncle and his 20 children don't really work in a terrible sweatshop. My uncle owns it. It's just his kids that work there. But anyway, I wanted those trainers for years. My mum wouldn't let me have them. And then I had this really bright idea. I just asked my dad. And I got them the next afternoon. But I was thinking about why Nike trainers are actually important. Like, do advertising companies connect to your self-esteem on some kind of subliminal level, and make a particular brand relate to your self-esteem and identity, and actually just replace that with branded goods? I mean, I was thinking about it. I haven't written a joke about it yet. But yeah, a few years ago, I had really bad self-esteem, which is ridiculous considering how great I am. I was feeling shit. I was in a bad place, South Croydon. I had a problem with drugs. I couldn't get any. I was on my stomach going through the car. I was at my lowest point. I was going through the carpet looking for drugs, and I thought I can't get any lower. And then I started looking underneath the floorboards. And I was just wondering about these Nike trainers, because then I got a pair of Nike trainers and I was wondering, did I leave this cycle of low self-esteem and unhealthy drug use because I got a pair of Nikes? Or did leaving the cycle of low self-esteem and unhealthy drug use cause me to buy a pair of Nikes? What came first, the quitting or the creps? It's a chicken and the egg joke. I don't even know. I don't know whether or not it works. But anyway, I got to do it, which is fantastic. But yeah, there's two of them outside Buckingham Palace, right, on the big arch by the steps, a pair of gold-plated Nikes, right, the statue of Victory, of the goddess of Victory, obviously not Nike trainers, but technically it still means, just like everyone else, even the Queen leaves her Nikes by the steps outside her house. And I thought maybe she's just co-opting council estate chic and showing off her bling, just letting everyone know that she's got the poshest, most expensive pair of Nikes in London. But according to Palace insiders, it's really because she's not that different from anyone else, and she just leaves her Nikes outside because they stink. That's all I've got.
It's not the same amount of audience.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. This is that's all right, all right. That's nice bit of time. They're Nikes, not Nikes. They're Nikes.
Really?
No, they're called Nikes.
No, the Pikeys call them Nikes.
Nikes?
Yeah.
Well, we used to call them Nikes, but now they're called
I
Nikes.
know. It's because Becky's been mixing with the Queen.
She's been mixing
Where's my Nikes?
with the youth, innit? With the youth.
Yeah. So, sorry, Dickie, we interfered there. We got in the way. So
what happened? What am I supposed to do now? Do you know what? The thing is that I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, but I've just been sitting here thinking about. I remember my old history teacher. He was a diabetic geezer, and the two lessons I remember in particular was the one he taught us about the French Fancy Revolution and the assassination of Jaffa Cake.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, Brian. I think someone else is going to be coming on.
Someone else.
Am I introducing me?
You're introducing yourself.
You're introducing some bloke called Dickie Richards.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, he's a good mate of mine, and he's the funniest comedian I know. Please welcome Dickie Richards.
Hello, I'm Dickie Richards. Now, I watched a Western this week, a great film about this gang of cowboys who have all got indigestion. All about Wyatt Burp, Bilious the Kid, Wild Bill Hiccup, and Belch Cassidy. Now, I read a children's book, about this group of children who find a massive cat's poo in the back of a cupboard. It's called The Lion That Shat in the Wardrobe. Also, I read the little-known Charles Dickens book, about famous celebrities from Port-au-Prince who come and make their home in the UK. It was called Great Expat Haitians. And also read a book about the weird cookery habits of Sir Thomas More. It's called A Man Who Seasons on All Fours. Yes, I'm a big fan of the chocolate beet poet, Jack Kerouac. And I thought I'd treat the wife, so I poured half a can of creosote over her. I vacuum cleaned in a graveyard. I was Dysoning with death. Apparently, Germany have got a new African chancellor, Angela Merkel. Apparently, there was a famous architect who was always hungry, called Sir Edwin Lutyens. And there's a famous American actor who always carries 88 keys with him. Keanu Reeves. I just watched the new Star Trek film set in a zoo, The Giraffe of Khan. Many oppose sexual harassment, and we really mustn't hold it against them. There's a new place opened up near me called the Centre for Transcendental Mediation. Apparently it's for quarrelling Hindus. Apparently there's also a new Swiss Jedi Master, called Yodeler. And I've got very painful memories of mixing up neuralgia and nostalgia. Now, a few years ago, I had a threesome. Well, not the sort of thing I was expecting to happen to me, but I was having a drink one night in a pub and met this couple, and we started getting on like a house on fire. Had a few drinks, one thing led to another. We ended up back at their place, and it was like, and we had a threesome, right? And it was like the last night on earth. Nothing was forbidden. Nothing was off the menu. The gloves were off. Right? They did everything to each other. They did everything to me, and I did everything to them. And it was great. And it's very difficult to try and convey exactly the sort of depths of depravity and exactly what happened. But just to give you an example, we did fingering, hand job, cream pie, edging, missionary, analingus, spit roast, oral sex, squirting, facial, pile driver, cum shot, snowballing, blowjob, foot job, doggy, gagging, tuning Tokyo, golden shower, masturbation, prostate massage, licking, rubbing, sucking, figging, scissoring, rusty trombone, submission, anal, bukkake, water sports, whipping, fornication, reverse cowgirl, teabagging, deep throat, 69, arse to mouth humiliation, spanking, cunnilingus, domination, motorboating, dirty sandwiches, pegging, cock and ball torture, kissing, nipple stimulation, bareback, coprophilia, fisting, face sitting, mammary intercourse, salad tossing, fellatio, wanking, felching and rimming. It was very good. The thing is, afterwards, I was completely spent. I was like a husk. And I spent 3 days in bed, just trying to replace my drinking and trying to replace my body fluids, but it was fabulous. Now, and since then, I always had this sort of hope, this hope and little fantasy that perhaps it would happen again. I was always on the lookout and thought, I'll meet these people again, and but then after a while, sort of hopes. So you think it was just one of those things. It's like a one-off that just happened, and I sort of gave up hope of it sort of happening again. Thought, well, lucky me, it's happened to me once in my life, great. But actually, my hopes were built up again just recently, just about a week ago. They got in touch with me, and they said, would you have some time this week? Oh, great, bloody hell, it's going to happen again, fantastic. Anyway, so I phoned them up and said, well, do you want me to come round, or shall I come round to your place? And they said, oh, no, not that. They said, you can do it from home. We just wondered if you could do a little video for our online comedy show called Pear Shaped in Dystopia. So this is it, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm sorry if I've come across with any sort of disappointment, but I've got to tell you, I'm a little bit disappointed, but I've enjoyed myself anyway. Hopefully I'll see you again. I've been Dickie Richards. Good night.
Swab nurse.
Yes, Doctor.
Thank you. A bottle of Lambrini and a packet of B&H, please, nurse.
Yes, Doctor.
Cardiac arrest. Stand clear for CPR.
I think it's the girl on the till scanning your purchases, Doctor.
That'd be £10.68, please. Coming in last. It's simple. It's low resolution. It's the virus if it was a Ritz biscuit. Cheesy. Number 9. Sex toy. Pour homme, pour la femme. Number 8. Piles. Number 7. The virus at its most child-friendly. It's all Play-Doh-y and plasticine. Stick 2 friendly eyes on it. You've got the new star of Nick Park's new movie. Number 6. The virus if you were on drugs. And when I say drugs, I mean tested vaccine. Number 5. The virus as a Hawaiian shirt worn by a 50-something man on a hot summer date with a double divorcee that he met on Plenty of Fish. Number 4. Looks so good, I could almost eat it. Cheesy. Number 3. Classy and glassy. The sort of virus you could take home to meet your parents, but we don't recommend it. Number 2. Look at them suckers. If you cough this up, it will stick to the wall. Number 1. The virus that your mum knitted and gave to you for Christmas, and then you washed it on too high a setting, and it went out of shape, and then you donated it to the local charity shop.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was we had first of all we had Dickie Richards. Dickie Richards, that was funny. That was funny, and he got laughs and everything. He just got them without even asking for them, and that was followed by.
And it was all true. What he said was all true.
Every
true. It was all true.
I am disappointed. Very.
Yeah. Well, you know.
It's
we're very
nice.
busy at the moment. Yeah. We've moved on.
It's nice when comedians open up about themselves, about what they're really like.
It wouldn't be spontaneous the second time round.
No. Unless one of us combusted.
It was like a shaggy dog story.
We're just going to turn into a virtual orgy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having one now. Yeah,
that's what we're doing now.
If you move your head over, you could suck Brian's beard.
Yeah,
I've got a USB device plugged in, and every time Brian hits enter, well, I won't explain the rest. But
it was like a shaggy dog story. On it was a shaggy dogging story.
Yeah, no, that's what they do up north.
That's right.
That's because they've got no shortage of dogs up there.
I thought it was quite good.
Yeah. It was all right, Al.
So
right.
Now that you've mentioned yourself, it's up to you next.
Managed to get one in. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey. Okay.
I'm on a roll now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Time for a tune. I've got some blues this week. All the way from Louisiana.
Hey.
Yeah, no chance of a copyright strike on this. This one was copyrighted as a blues novelty in 1921 by a trumpet player called Handy. And it was originally a Leadbelly song, and apparently he reckoned he'd been singing it with Blind Lemon Jefferson back in 1904. So it goes way back. Great, yeah. Yeah, and it's careless. It's a tune called "Careless Love." We know it as "Careless Love." And apparently, an interesting thing about it. Apparently, one performance by this trumpet player of it, there was an impromptu epic performance which caused the police to intervene and stop it. Because it was 100 verses long. So imagine that, 100 verses of trumpet. Fantastic, eh?
It's like getting somebody up to do 5 minutes and they do 100.
Yeah.
You can imagine the excitement that would cause.
So I'm going to have a little flirt around with Careless Love here, yeah.
Right, okay.
love or love or careless love.
That's the one.
See what love had done to me.
How many million?
That was the wrong button.
The wrong button.
How many did you
Crappy
do?
little tune, yeah. Got the harmonics in as
Careless
well.
love. You see.
Oh, lovely.
I think so.
Becky's got. Oh, you got your S&M stuff on.
Get the party started.
M&S stuff.
M&S stuff.
M&S
Yeah, we
stuff.
had a couple of comments from Dave Moss said I'm back, and Paul Ricketts said I'm front.
Oh, that's nice.
I don't know whether they were talking about the dogging bit or just
Yeah.
that they're with us again.
Well, at least people are working together to get somewhere. You know, they're
achieve something.
Tories.
Achieve something. You managed to achieve that. You know, something.
Yeah.
You did that night, Brian.
Oh well, you know, you do what you can, don't you? I like to look after my public, my fans.
Oh, public. Sorry.
Yeah.
I heard pubic.
Well, of course you would.
Yeah. It's your brain, isn't it?
Well, actually, I did find my first grey public hair during the week. Well, I didn't. My dentist found it. So. It's all right. But it's all right. It wasn't human, so it was okay.
We're going to introduce Boris.
Are we?
Right.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you've all been watching the Budgie today and thinking about it. So here's a little thought that this comes from Ms. Becky Fury. Becky Fury. There you go. That was nice, wasn't it? There's more where that came from.
We've got another one coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's awful. You know, one does one's best, and then these awful Republic people. I mean, all they do is moan and criticize one, and mock. You know, okay. Some of the roads on the duchy may not be as good as they could be, but one has a lot of responsibilities. And to make a whole film about me, you know, I worked all my life to be king, and to make a documentary, The Man Who Shouldn't Be King. I mean, it's just revolting, you know. It's like that ghastly Nicholas Witcher. I mean, you know, the man is just poison. Yeah, I don't know what to do with these people. I mean, it's the most. I mean, so I own land. I mean, you know, what's wrong with that? I didn't ask us. No, it's completely unfair. I mean, this should be banned, really. Like, well, you know, like that awful film that Papa made. Yes, exactly. Yes. It should be banned. It should, you know, it's awful, the lack of respect that one has from these just, you know, negative people. I don't know why. I don't know why. Neither do I. one will be king, and soon, hopefully not too soon, Mama, but one will be king, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's just a fact that's going to happen. So suck it up, plebs. Suck it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a message from Mr. Miller, who couldn't be here this evening because he's at a royal event somewhere. So I think
drawn and quartered, probably.
Yes, he's probably wearing his Nikes. I'm wearing my Nikes.
Probably sitting on a spike somewhere overlooking a bridge or something.
Yeah, I was just down there this morning.
Yeah. So, what I like about Anthony's stuff is he's got great production values. I think that's what we need on this show. Is
I mean, you can't see the join. That's the thing.
No,
You know, I mean,
couldn't read half the words.
And I mean, mostly, I can't bear most of these fucking podcasts. Do you know why? Because this comedian's talking bollocks and laughing outrageously at the bollocks. Me too. Oh, fuck me.
Well, speaking of which, because
and I don't know why they bother to laugh.
We don't like small talk.
What? It's small talk.
I mean, you know, when you go and like stay with someone, and
they're fucking talking all the time.
They talk all the time, non-stop.
The art of conversation is listening.
You have to sort of barge in and talk over the top of them.
But they don't. You
just
think,
go
me.
And
What I
about
think is
just
this.
utter nonsense, like nothing like food,
and they just fucking gibber about it.
I'm just going to the toilet now, or I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do that.
We thought about it, and we decided to
we wrote a song.
To write a song. Well, that was pretty slick.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. Some people are all talk, nothing but small talk. They get together and they all talk about nothing at all. They talk about food stuff, and say a lot of rude stuff about the way people choose stuff. It's not pleasant at all.
For me, it's not easy.
Nor me.
I get a bit queasy.
So do I.
It's all rather cheesy.
I hate cheese.
And I won't join in.
Nor will I.
When Dolly, Molly, and Maisie start talking that way, see, it makes me start crazy. I'm going insane.
Some people are all talk, doing nothing but small talk. They get together and they all talk, all at the same time. There's nobody listening, they're all getting pissed, and no pearls of wisdom to cast before swine. Ask me more than one question.
Oh, yes.
You may feel rejection.
Well,
and increased introspection when you get no reply. Or you might form a theory that I get a bit leery when I deal with your queries, just one at a time.
For me, it's a burden.
I know.
When I can't get a word in.
I know.
I'm not often heard in.
I know.
Conversational bonds.
That's true.
I defer to the others, the fathers and mothers, sisters and brothers, all thinking aloud.
Some people are all talk, doing nothing but small talk. They get together and they all talk about nothing at all. They talk about rude stuff and say a lot of rude stuff about the way people choose stuff. It's not pleasant at all. All the ladies go blah blah, and the chaps go rah rah, and everybody goes ha ha, and they have a great time. Well, I appreciate silence.
Oh, right.
I'm considering violence, and if they're not in compliance, I'm committing a crime. So in other words, shut the fuck up! Well, let's talk about that, shall we? What's next? I know. It's our man. in.
Well, wait, it's Dickie's turn to.
Dickie,
introduce what the next thing is.
Apparently, I'm going to say apparently quite a lot and introduce. I don't know who's on. Brian.
It's our man in LA.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, you're in for a treat. It's only a man in LA.
Our man, not a man.
No,
our man.
Our man. It's our man
in
LA.
And it's got a name.
Cole Parker.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Cole Parker reporting for Pear Shaped in Dystopia, live in the Caribbean Ocean. Except it's not really live because I'm recording this, because if you tried to do this live, it just wouldn't work. I'd sound like Norman Collier on Blankety Blank back in the early 80s, which is a reference I don't expect our one viewer to actually get, so that's fucking fine. So I've clipped together some bits and pieces for you to enjoy, so you can see what a great time I'm having while you're over there having a shittier time than me. So you enjoy that. At the moment I'm in the Limelight Lounge, which is where I was performing the other night, but I'm going to be in a theatre this evening, playing to a load of passengers. I was about to say something incriminating, but I thought no, because some prick will just see this, like capture it and then send it to my boss and I'll get in trouble, you wankers. Of course you would. But no, that's not going to happen. So I'm just going to sit back, do my show, and this is a video explaining to you why I can't send you a video this week. Alright? I'm not here. I'm fucking busy. Alright? I'm busy. I can't sit here and banter with Anthony about his new joke that he wrote last month about what room he's walking into. I can't sit here and banter with Al about his 15-minute story about some fucking plucky little tune. Dinky dinky dink dink. Yes, we know, but you're better at grouting bathrooms. Don't forget that. And of course, the genius artist that is Brian Damage. Buy one of his calendars, you fuckers. You buy one. You buy two, in fact. And give another one to someone you don't like. But you buy them, just fucking buy them. And Krysstal is actually the glue that keeps it all together. So you can blame her for all this shit, right? It's her fault. Thank you very much. Until next month, this is Cole Parker, not live in a Caribbean sea. Time for a pint.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
We've been having quite a few comments. Thank you for those. Right, so we're nearly at the end. Nearly at the very end.
Yeah.
So it's time to sell
not
stuff.
the end of the world, just the end
Yeah,
of this particular.
Well, COP's going to see to that, aren't they?
Podcast.
COP's going to see to the end of the world. So it's time to sell stuff. Has anyone got anything to sell?
Do you want to sell that mandolin, Al?
No, I've
your
had this
underwear?
a long time. This
No, they're not my underwear. It's some smelly old man's underwear who came round here earlier.
Right.
You all want to buy that?
Quite fancy for an old smelly old
My underwear, good lord. What kind of girl do you think I am? I wouldn't be selling my own underwear.
Why not?
Well, it kind of is my underwear because I own it, but I haven't been wearing it. Been up some sweaty old man's crack.
So does he have to wear it then when he comes round? Otherwise, you won't let him in.
Well,
no, that's what he wants to.
What?
What?
Are you trying to say something?
No, she's trying to insinuate something.
I hate words.
Insinuate.
She's trying to insinuate that she gets paid to give men underwear to wear.
Yeah, it's not.
Right.
It's not a bad job, is it? Really?
No, I don't see anything wrong with it.
No.
I mean, I'd be quite prepared to wear some underwear for a change.
Yeah.
What? Not hang free like you usually do, Brian. You'd be prepared to be bound up for 10 minutes. I suppose.
Yeah, trust. I prefer trust.
Trust up.
Yeah.
I like it.
You know, like the Conservatives, the trust. They use the word trust.
Yeah, actually, and a pair of those knickers on. Very conservative.
Do you know what was funny today? I was listening to the budget, and Rishi, he was doing his bit, and I thought, fuck me, this sounds good. And then they analysed it afterwards, and they found out he was stitching us all up. Because I'm very easily persuaded with these places. Yeah. And it's going forward. Everything's fantastic. We're all going to make a load of fucking money. Everything is so much better than you thought it was. And it will be. There's going to be loads more room because of all the fucking dead people that we won't have to look after anymore. It's going to be fantastic. Hey? It's going to be fun. And there's loads of jobs now. It's great. You can get any shitty job you don't want, you can get now. You could have 2 or 3 of them. Or 4 or 5 of them.
A new Beatles museum in Liverpool. Huh?
Lovely. Great. Yeah. That's what we need.
Yeah.
And it'll cost about £4,000 to get in. And that's if you can afford to drive to Liverpool. And it's going to be great now. Trying to get having gigs in town, gigs in London.
Because the new charges, Brian, isn't it?
It's not just the new charges for environmentally terrible cars, but also the congestion zone goes up to 10 p.m. now.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
So,
and it's the whole of like the South Circular and North Circular.
Right.
So it's the whole of London.
Extended.
And it also means if you've got a shit old car and you happen to be unfortunate enough to live inside the M25, you can't fucking drive it at all. You're all right as long as you don't drive it.
Well. I mean, there you go. If you want to save the planet, this is the price you got to pay.
Yeah.
Right, shall we carry on with the show and then we can carry on chatting about things afterwards? We've got some stuff to sell. So
have we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You can dance to this as well.
Yeah.
This is for all the ugly people we know on the internet.
There is little to be gained from having bellends on your timeline with the rubbish that they love to like and share. When blocking twats on Facebook, you're treading such a fine line. It's important to be accurate and fair. If the dross is never ending, you better get on with unfriending those who irritate, bewilder and annoy. It could take you many hours to eliminate that shower, but by the end you'll have some friends that you enjoy. It's a lonely life on here when you've got way too many friends who genuinely think that you might care about what he decides for dinner or what she just won't put in her. It really is impossible to bear. If your timeline's getting shitter, don't even think of joining Twitter. That's an exercise. You're totally missing the point. Just be a man, take some action, unplug that damn contraption, you'll be better off offline with a joint. So shock the buggers, block the buggers, chuck them in the bin. Annihilate the imposters who pretend to be your friends. Find the buggers, blind the buggers, flush them down the pan. Exterminate the bastards and they won't be back again. My song is nearly over, refugees are swarming Dover, and the Facebook fun and wonder ship has sailed. It's the ending of an era, like when we lost Jack and Vera. It seems that all the friends I thought I had have failed. When Zuckerberg came up with this digital distraction, he foresaw a brand new high-tech golden age. But the pleasure was so fleeting, now I've finished my deleting. All that's left is me and my fan page. So shock the buggers, block the buggers, chuck them in the bin. Annihilate the imposters who pretend to be your friends. Find the buggers, blind the buggers, flush them down the pan. Exterminate the bastards and they won't be back again. Find the buggers, blind the buggers, flush them down the pan. Exterminate the bastards and they won't be back again.
Halloween this year felt empty. It's supposed to be full of frights and scares, but truth is there's nothing more that can surprise me since Arsing 2020. World-changing horror film like Pandemic, and people stockpiling toilet paper. My job just goes. That's just normal. Protests about everything. Prince Harry, Brexit, Donald Trump, a long hot summer. That's not unusual. An asteroid nearly hits Earth. NASA releases a video of aliens. The Pope goes gay. I didn't bat an eyelid. No second lockdown restrictions, I've heard the predictions, expecting to drag on for many months hence. I said, what did I hear? Really next year? They're expecting to drag, they're expecting 2 dragons? That makes sense.
Mr. Robert White, marvellous, referring back to last year's excitement. Be over in a minute.
Yes, the calendar are portraits of Pear Shaped lineup from 2018. Correct, Paul Ricketts. Thank you.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. You've done some lovely portraits there.
Yeah, I like a nice portrait.
Especially the twins.
Very nice.
So, we're up to the roll call.
Oh, yeah. Roll call. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been today, this evening, tonight, tomorrow, this evening, you have been listening to and watching to. It started off, ladies and gentlemen, with Becky Fury. Everything started with Becky Fury, Halloween, and the horoscopes. Followed by Brian and Krysstal, 2 of our favourite people, in the green room with a skeleton. They were great. And then singing Scary Dreams in the Wrinkle Pickers. Oh, scary dreams. Oh, I'm frightened. And then we had Darren the investor. Who was really in another guise, Mr. Miller, who couldn't be here with us tonight, but he was here with us in spirit.
In Ava.
In Ava. He was here with us in Ava was here.
The spirit of Ava, yes?
Yes, Ava was here. Hello, Ava. I don't know how you put up with him. Anyway, there you go. A little bit of banter there. Me and Anthony, we do that all the time. Don't know how you put up with it. That's what he says to her. Don't know how you put up with it. And we laugh all the time, don't we? Yeah. Right? You've got to have a laugh, haven't you? I hate people who fucking laugh. People, unless they're in the front row. But yeah, you know when you say, it's cold today. Oh yeah, it's freezing. Oh, I'm glad I wore my coat. People just fucking laugh all the time for no reason. What's the matter with them?
Your brother was a bit like that.
I know, yeah.
But there you go. Right.
I liked him.
Yeah. But he could still be annoying.
Very annoying, yeah. It's just they laugh too fucking loud. It's like if you're watching telly with them and something happens and they go, and you miss the next fucking 5 jokes.
Yeah.
And you didn't hear the one that they're laughing at.
So people who don't laugh that much are Pat and Matt.
Pat and Matt, yeah, I've never seen them laugh, but they say things. Are you going to
Hi, Sean.
or what?
Catherine, hello. And welcome to 2 minutes of Pat and Matt. What's your question, Catherine? I'm all ears.
Today, we're asking, like David Attenborough's over here, moths, why are they attracted to flames?
Ooh. Well, it's a sad story, from what I've heard. They're not actually attracted to flames or light. They are actually scared of the dark. And I know it's sad, isn't it? And then when they get there, 9 times out of 10, people kill them.
Yeah.
They just want to be our friends.
Just want to be safe.
And loved.
Oh. Bastards.
What do you think?
Well, I don't know really. I think they're just stupid. And you know how like you get attracted to blokes even though they've got all red flags everywhere, and you're like, I know that this will be bad for me, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I think that's what their sort of mindset is when it comes to flames. I know it'll probably kill me, but it is pretty.
He's a bastard, Trace, but I love him.
Exactly. That's what the moth is screaming at its mates as it flies into the fire.
It's a sad story.
Both of our theories are.
Sorry.
Now, that's what I like about those two. Is they've never laughed at anything. I've never seen them laugh. I like that. They're the kind of people I like. But I wouldn't want them in the front row with all their friends who don't laugh. You wouldn't want that.
A bit like the Bomb Squad.
Yeah. They not only laughed, they folded their arms.
Yeah.
And when Paul Foot was there, one of them said, he's fucking gay, isn't he? Yeah. he worked it out for the others, you know. Yeah. So, and Paul took an instant liking to them, so he found out what they didn't want, and he fucking did more and more and more and more and more. It was wonderful.
So yeah, we got to 2 minutes of pattern now.
Yeah.
And then
Becky's looking very, very bored there. She's
Put this on.
Yeah, all right. Oh, that's fantastic. That's lovely. Give her a laugh. Go on, give her a laugh. Go on, just. So if I had my way, instead of having people laughing all at the wrong time and everything, I'd just have a laugh track like that on a live gig. That's the way it should be, because you know when the joke has ended, and then you just go, you know. But a lot of people don't know they're laughing at the setup, and well, some people are not laughing at all. Now they're my favourites. They're the ones I like because they're sensible. Where are we?
We are partway through the roll call.
What I mean is, what's next?
Dickie was next.
Dickie? And Dickie, you introduced yourself, didn't you?
Video.
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
So you can introduce. You can give yourself. Go on.
And next station, we had Dickie Richards.
Hooray!
Yeah, that's. You've ruined the production values just by being a little bit too loud there.
Oh, bloody hell!
Yeah, but it's all right. It's all right. And that was Dickie Richards, and then something else happened with it was Paul Ricketts actually.
I'm on a line, waiting for universal credit. I know that one day I might fucking get it.
We are currently experiencing a high volume of calls.
No shit, Sherlock.
If you have an existing face-to-face appointment booked, you must not attend the job centre or continue with this call.
I know. I'm in
contact
isolation.
You will continue to get your payments, but you must report changes to your circumstances.
Yeah, I'm staying at
Do
home.
it, where possible, via your online account. Our offices remain open if you need us. To make a new claim, go to www.gov.uk/universal credit.
I've done that. That's why I'm waiting here.
If you have made your claim online,
Yes, I have.
and are calling to book your first appointment,
Yes, I am.
stay on the line.
I will do.
If you feel you still need to speak to us,
I do.
your call will be answered as soon as possible.
Brilliant.
Or if you prefer, you can call us back later.
No, I'm not going to do
Our
that.
opening hours are 8 a.m.
I know.
to 6 p.m.
To 6 p.m.
Monday to Friday.
I know. One day I'll get universal credit. I'm on the line, waiting for universal credit. Waiting away for universal credit. You gotta wait. But
Sorry to keep you waiting.
thank
All our
you.
lines are busy at the moment.
Are they really?
Please hold, and we'll answer your call as soon as we can.
Where do you want me to hold it? Universal credit. One day I know I'm going to fucking get it. If I wait for days and months and years, I know I'll get universal credit. As long as I wait, I know I'm gonna get it.
Now, he tried as hard as he could to make that a short video, but it was universal credit, so it kind of went on longer than he expected himself. That was Paul Ricketts, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Ricketts. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's once again, it is Boris time, with a little help from Becky Fury. That was Becky Fury, ladies and gentlemen, Becky Fury, and teasing us with that fat bastard. Is that slander or libel? Which one is it?
How are you making yourself move around like that, Becky?
Me? How am I doing it? It's basically the room is on a swivel and the computer is being held very still.
Ah.
It's the other way around. Basically, it's the laptop. It's on my leg. That's what's going on. Yeah,
that's good. That's
wonderful.
effective. Yeah.
That's not magic now.
Oh, yeah. She's just said it's all magic.
That's not doing that. It's see, production values. That's what we need, Al. Production values, not fucking that sound thing you got there behind you. It looks like you've just sort of.
Oh, it's all very glitzy this week.
It is, yeah. Because we're into production values.
We almost finished.
Yeah. We're nearly
then we
there.
had Cole Parker.
Well, Cole Parker, our man in LA.
So there we go, and then we've still got stuff to sell. So we had fugly calendars.
Oh no, we don't. No, don't do it. No. There's only so many fucking calendars you can cope with.
Yeah. Did you miss me out before, Paul, or before?
I didn't miss you out.
Oh, we
she
missed
did
you out,
because she was trying to sell something.
I know, yeah.
She wants to sell calendars.
We did mention Al was doing stuff.
No, did we?
Yeah, but
we did. Yeah, we did mention.
We mentioned it in passing.
You weren't listening,
but we didn't give it a big build up or anything.
No. Hang on a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, you were also treated to the wonderful, beautiful music and musical theory of Mr. Al Mandolino. What's next?
Do we do the outro yet?
Cole Parker.
We do the outro and then we have the green room.
Do the outro. I tell you what, you can do Robert White and then do the outro. Because it's something to do with him being 40. Not 40. 40.
Right, okay, here he comes.
As a 40-year-old gay, living back with his mum these days, there's certain things I know I have to hide. And whilst, yes, I do feel guilty, I said my baby cousin made the sofa filthy. My life is turning upside down with all the other lies. I've had to take up gardening now. The gardener gave me his number and pretend I'm a vegetarian when the Tesco's delivery only brought me cucumbers. Now I have to go to church on Sunday when my mum found me on Zoom to the vicar. And I've got to do all her washing and her ironing too when she saw me with a pair of her knickers. She thought the window cleaner was thieving, creeping out of my room, and now I have to clean all the windows. And I've had to pretend I'm asthmatic and do a law degree when she found me with a box of tissues watching Judge Rinder.
That was an abrupt ending.
I think you accidentally cut him off in
Did I?
his prime.
Ah.
Yeah. In
Shall
his
I
prime.
put it?
No, fuck him. If he can't be bothered hanging around, then
I didn't.
No,
I didn't realise I did something.
you did, yeah. You will. Yeah. Oh.
Okay. Bye, Ava.
Are you going, Ava? Bye-bye.
He's going.
It's been very nice. Thank you for spectating.
Support.
Yeah. So, outro, isn't it? We like to be professional here because we're values. That's we've got British core values.
Core values.
Core values. Yeah, that's what I like. Values with tits on. Core.
Well, that was a marvellous show. I must say, I really enjoyed it. I thought everybody was absolutely hilarious.
Well, I could see you enjoyed something, yes.
In fact, I'm so happy that I would actually like to pay something.
Yes,
but I don't know where to start, actually. Normally, I have a little man who deals with the money for me, but he got in a fit of laughing and he seems to have disappeared somewhere.
I know how to do it.
So, how do I pay?
Scan the QR code or follow the link.
Well, that was Pear Shaped in Dystopia. Wednesday night at 8:30, once a month. Pear Shaped, and we hope you're. Thought the show was really great last Wednesday of the month. Pear Shaped, if the comics made you cringe, feel free to chuck a fiver in the bin.
Or 10 or more.
Pear Shaped in Dystopia. Wednesday night at 8:30. When does it run?
Oh my goodness, it's a silly idea. There you are.
Is it next week?
Wednesday night. No, end of the month, dear. End of the month.
Next month, the end of the month.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Well, I should be here, so
yes,
thank
you
you
will.
for everything.
It's all right.
And I'm just trying to figure out how to pay.
Well, you've been told, dear, if you haven't worked it out by now.
Sarah, I've got to have Sarah, haven't
Yeah, we got Sarah now.
I've got to have Sarah, another one.
And
No
thank
one
you
can
to
hear
those
us.
people who have actually donated. We've
We've got
3 donations this week.
Donations.
That's brilliant.
3,000 quid we've got.
That's nearly
been
all
brilliant.
the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
All right, so leave us your details and we'll send your £1 in the post. Well, that was fun. That was fun.
Yeah, well
I
done.
enjoyed
Well
that. I'd read these now.
Oh.
Now that it's monthly, I don't think about it at all until about 2 days before. And then
And he gets in a panic again.
I have a heart attack and I can't remember how to play the guitar, can't remember the songs, can't remember anything, got no fucking jokes, I've lost my sense of humour, I keep falling over. And the
fell over
internet,
once.
well, that's enough. For me, as far as I'm concerned, I've fallen over many times in my career.
Mm.
And
You had a couple
not always on the pavement.
You fell over a couple of times in Oz.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Yeah, that was from the red wine.
Did you get up?
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah, we had to help him up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wine fatigue, right?
Yeah.
Wine fatigue.
Luckily,
Well,
in
he
the
mixed
budget
his-
today, they've made the red wine more expensive now, so I probably won't have any more of that.
He mixed grape and grain, which you're apparently not
Yeah, I
supposed to
did,
do.
and it just wiped me out. It was,
What's the thing if you have beer before wine or something, and you're fine, but if you have wine before,
Yeah, he
grape
was
with the grain
swapping
is that
backwards and forwards.
is that like stronger stuff? Like,
No, it
vodka?
just means mixing wine and beer. Grape
yeah,
and
but
grain.
the red wine is a kick in the head anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That is a potent.
Well, we started off with fizz, and then
Yeah.
he had a beer, and then he got into the red wine, and
Yeah.
I think I did say to you, just watch it, and and then somebody else said, "Oh, I've opened another bottle," and he's going, yeah, and he went to step out the door and missed the step.
Yeah.
We've all done it, Brian. We've all done it.
And then he was quite argumentative until we got back to where we were staying, a friend's place. And he was in the middle of sort of having this argument about some song, and then he just went clonk and sort of went comatose nearly on top of someone's plant, but on top of his mandolin. And he was lying on top of his mandolin with his head in a plant. And we had to take a photograph because he remembered nothing the next morning.
I've got the photograph. I'll include
because he didn't
it
remember it.
next time.
Yeah.
And we thought, oh, thank goodness he's stopped being argumentative and gone comatose.
I'm thinking of making a video of all the times I've fallen over.
Well, you know what?
And he
Never
woke
mind.
up on the couch without his trousers on.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Never mind a calendar. Why don't you do Christmas cards with those photos on? I'd send them out to people.
Yeah.
Sleep on a mandolin. Brilliant.
Make it a musical. I'm asleep on the mandolin.
Yeah, I don't know. Where is the photo? Is it hard to get?
Al's doing a great impression of that. Al, I like it.
It will be now because it's hard to get.
It's on another computer.
Well, I've unplugged the hard drives and stuff. It's on
yeah.
hard drives.
Well, we'll do it as a treat another time.
You got a month.
This computer is this is a MacBook, and a MacBook 12 inches, and it's as powerful as half of a telephone. It's got no fucking memory, about 250 gigs, and it's just not powerful. So
you could probably land on the moon with it.
That's probably all it's good for.
Yeah, it's probably all it's good for.
Yeah. So.
Well, very nicely, Gracie has bought some calendars.
Has she?
Only to send them to New Zealand. It's going to cost more than she's paid for the calendar, I suspect. But we'll come to some sort of arrangement.
We'll deliver them by hand. I've got to go deliver. And the fares to Australia went up today by about 90 quid.
Yeah, they would do.
I should be back.
Yeah, so we haven't ended. We're still broadcasting, by the way.
Still going out live.
We're still going out live with our green room, shenanigans, and we will end the show probably in about 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah. So anybody?
We're all getting a bit rock and roll stories of passing out on mandolins and things,
Have you got a story about passing out on a mandolin?
Well, we've just had one, haven't we?
No, yours. Have you got one?
Not while we're live, no.
Exactly. Never happened ever to you. Pissed you ever?
I don't even know because I haven't even told this story before. But I haven't got any of the toys anymore. But I had because I've been doing this dominatrixing thing. Somebody bought me a prostate massager, which looks like a little biro with a lump on the end of it. And I was coming off of the tube, and it must have been in my bag because it fell on the floor in the tube out onto the ground. And this man picked it up, and he said, "Oh, madam, you have dropped your..." And I think he thought it was a biro, and then he looked at it, and he just went, "Ugh," and he threw it at me. And I was like, right, yeah, he obviously realised that wasn't a biro, it was something very naughty. And what I didn't say, unfortunately, which I really wish I'd said at the time, was, "Don't worry, it hasn't been up my arse."
Fair enough.
Anyone got a story about dropping their prostate massager on the tube?
No, but we do have a song about a butt plug.
Yeah.
Who makes it, Becky? So if it looks like a pen, with a. I mean, look at me. If it looks like a pen with a lump on the end,
It's like you used to have at school, didn't you?
Yeah,
had
yeah.
those
Is it made
things
by the
that you
same
stuck
people
on the end of your.
Is it made by Bic or something, or Papermate? The Papermate butt plug.
All right. There isn't much to it. It just goes. I wanna be your butt plug baby. I wanna be your butt plug baby. Wanna be your butt plug baby. Show where the sun don't shine.
Give me back my butt plug.
Give me back my butt plug baby. Give me back my butt plug baby. Give me back my butt plug baby. Show where the sun don't shine.
Yeehaw! That's about it. Really. There is another one, but I can't remember what that is.
Yeah.
So
We had to stop singing it. We're gradually abandoning our act.
Why did you have to stop singing that? Is it too rude?
Oh, I don't know. Well, we
We sort
only
of do the tune of it while I'm doing all the instruments.
Mm.
That's the sort of tune that we use, but we don't do the words because we're busy doing other things.
everything we talk about when we do the act, everything we talk about is about sex. So we have to try and reduce it slightly.
Everything's about sex, but it's sort of done more as euphemisms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rather than, I'm not about to start to deconstruct your act.
No.
No.
No, but yes.
Well, it might make it sound like it was proper art or something.
Yeah.
Before I got on the comedy circuit, I never used to swear. Never. I used to say bleeding. I might say bleeding or kin. And some bloke came up to me one night in a pub. He said, "Why don't you just fucking say what you mean?"
Did you tell him to fuck off, Brian?
Yeah, and then from then on, I've been swearing. And I did realise that on the comedy circuit, you could swear. That's great. And all of a sudden, people are starting to have a problem with it. Cunts.
They're not. Well, they're not starting to have a problem with it.
Oh?
No, they are.
Starting to have a problem with
They
swearing.
are. It depends what.
Them children's shows, isn't it? If you're doing children's comedy,
Yeah.
they don't like it so much.
Children swear more than anybody.
They've got no sense of humour.
Yeah, but not in the nursery when you know what I mean, doing a bit of singing. You know what I mean, really. There's a time and a
Book us
place.
for a nursery.
Imagine that. Hello, would you come and do the the Christmas party for the under threes, please? No problem.
We did do one time. We did. It was the Guild Fest, the Guildford Festival, and we did 2 shows. One in the afternoon, one in the evening. In the afternoon, they said no swearing whatsoever, and even watch the innuendo and whatever you do. No, just take it easy. There's going to be kids and stuff like that. And so we did. The afternoon show was sparkling clean, and
That's Paul's.
and then we came out in the evening about 9 o'clock or 9:30 to do the evening show. They said you do what you fucking like for the evening show. So it came out, and there's a row of kids and toddlers around the front of the stage, and the compere, he was magnificent. He was a comedy store. Andy Smart, it was.
Oh yeah.
He came out, and he looked down at these kids at the start of the show, and he said, "Have you ever heard the word cunt?" He said to these kids, and they went, "Yeah." He said, "Well, I'll tell you the history of the word cunt." He said, well, actually, he said it was someone I know. He said it was a friend of mine who he was having an argument with his wife, and she said, "You're a cunt." She said, "You're such a cunt." She said, "I think you're a cunt. All your mates think you're a cunt. Everybody you know thinks you're a cunt." And she said, "If there was a competition for cunts, you'd come last."
No, you come second.
You'd come second. And they said, "Why?" She said, "Because you're a cunt." Anyway, that sorted the kids out, and we were all free to do.
And as Paul Ricketts said, the cunts on the bus go round and round and round. So yeah, we could have sung that for him as well.
So it's and we feel if we're emceeing for other people, we feel that we have to get the swearing well and truly fucking going before we put the acts on. So we have to soak up any apathy or aggression that there might be, and make sure that we've covered all the swear words before we put the acts on. And they appreciate it. Cunts.
We once did that one for the guy from Eastbourne. What's his name?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Jim Grant, yeah.
Oh,
we
yeah.
did it for Jim Grant, and he said this one. He said you absolutely cannot swear in this one. We've been told absolutely no swearing at all, and everybody did it, and I think a couple of people said, "Oh, we mustn't swear," and it was okay, and it got laughs and all that sort of stuff. But it was sort of slightly subdued, wasn't it? Because the rhythm of your jokes, sometimes you don't have to hit fucking hard, fucking or whatever, but it's fucking, and it just sort of changed the rhythm of the jokes. So it was okay, but it wasn't. You just sort of felt like, it's been slightly funny.
Well, you're held back, and it's not the same, is it? So it's not the same.
Well,
joke,
sometimes
is it,
they
then?
can sense that you're editing. But then
if
I'm
you're
quite
told at the
happy.
front, you don't mind just complying with it.
I'm quite happy if anybody, if everybody does it, it's fine, because the show it'll be at a level which is probably not as much fun as you might be used to, but it's still fun, and there's no problem. Do you know what I mean? So if everybody does it, it's fine. We did do once a gig for a load of vicars down the East End, and the bloke who booked us said, "Oh, fucking, don't you like? They love it. They don't. I don't fucking trust this." And we're first on, because it's like when you get someone who says, "Oh, take the piss out of the fat bloke over there. He loves it," and they know that he's an angry cunt, and he's likely to hit you around the head with a chair. And anyway, so this bloke is going, "Yeah, no, vicars, they fucking love it." He booked us. So we did and they had all the little old ladies who look after vicars,
who do the flower arrangement,
cat's
or
arse,
something.
mouse,
But they were very prim and proper.
Very prim and proper. And so we did this thing, and they obviously didn't approve of anything.
We did it the cleanest things we could think of,
And then the bishop got up after us. And he said, "Anyway, I swiped my credit card through this prostitute's arse." I thought, "Oh, for fuck's sake, if we'd have gone on second."
Yeah, and he did the joke, a version of the Billy Connolly joke where the arse is sticking up out of the ground and he needs somewhere to park his bike. So he did a sort of version of that, but slightly different version, but it had the same punchline basically.
Yeah.
So he was doing all these and sort of dirty. So he even sung a couple of songs that were a bit risque as well.
Yeah. So,
but the ladies, the church ladies, sort of disapproved, but they sort of went, "Oh well, it's the bishop. What can you do?"
Yes.
But if we'd have done it, they'd have been horrified.
Yeah. It's a knife edge, isn't it? Eh?
So,
what a knife edge.
Are we allowed to end the broadcast yet, Paul? How is your wine going? Have you nearly finished? He said we couldn't end the show because he had another glass of wine.
Paul should have the link anyway.
Yeah, Paul should be on the green
No,
room.
Paul's not in the green room.
He's one of the stars. He's obviously
halfway through.
Wrong,
he says he's halfway through his wine. All right. Well, we'll keep going with the broadcast for a bit longer. Then.
I wonder what sort of wine do you think he's drinking? Like a Chardonnay, a Pinot Grigio?
He's a red wine drinker. I'm positive.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's got to be red. Cab Sav, Merlot. Yeah. I don't think he's a
red wine and with a few cans of wife beater.
There's a big drop in non-alcoholic wines in the lockdown thing. can't get decent non-alcoholic wine, but apparently
Hang on.
there's a non-alcoholic Guinness coming out.
Oh, that's
Oh,
going to
yeah,
be
that.
something to look forward to.
This be all sugary. All sugary.
I don't know, but I can't wait to try a Guinness. Yeah.
Nobody drinks Guinness for the taste.
No, nobody drinks alcohol for the taste.
I will.
It's a way of getting alcohol into your body.
Drinks.
Yeah, you can get. There's an alcohol-free gin that you can get done by Gordon. Why would you want an alcohol-free gin?
Why would you want to spend
disgusting?
26 quid
You're
for
quite
something
right.
that's basically turpentine, you know?
Right, well, can you get an alcohol-free turpentine as well?
I don't know. Well, you can get clean spirit, stuff that you can flush down the sink and do, for the environment.
You can get cocaine
Doesn't
made
clean
out of
brushes, but it's
tofu.
okay for the environment. Don't talk to me about spirits.
I've never snorted tofu, I must say.
Ah.
I like it.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
I've got some here. I can't get it to you.
I can't stand it.
What?
Tofu?
Snorting tofu?
Tofu. Fucking tofu.
You like the smoked tofu?
Can you imagine having
You like
tofu and fucking alcohol-free Guinness?
Do
Fuck me.
you know what? You can probably
There'd be
get.
no point
You can
in
probably get
living.
for your Christmas dinner. You can probably get like a turkey made of tofu
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
loads of
You can get
alcohol-free
nut
No, you
wine.
can actually. It's called tofurkey.
Yeah.
Tofurkey.
Tofurkey. It's actually a thing. I didn't just make it up as a joke.
Yeah.
Tofurkey.
Black.
Bloody sounds like some sort of fungal infection you get in your foot.
Yeah.
Not tofurkey this week. I can't do the marathon. Sorry.
Yeah, it probably tastes like it as well.
But as always, it's the drinks that matter, and what you want your soda water slammer.
No.
And then you snort
I
a
don't
line
want
of
a
salt,
soda water
snort a line
slammer.
of rock salt, and squeeze a lemon into your eye. And you just don't miss the tequila, you know.
Right. We're not convinced.
That's a good punch.
Try it. You know? A good line of rock salt.
Well, I'm not fucking
And then
going
you have
out
the
with you
Guinness,
for
the
a night
alcohol-free
out.
Guinness. Yeah, I know how to party. I remember the 90s. Well, bits of it.
We don't. That's the whole point. Yeah.
So thank you very much for doing tonight, all of you. You are all absolutely
great.
marvellous.
Absolutely.
Marvellous.
We're a right laugh.
Yeah, all right, fucking laugh.
That's nice.
All right, fucking laugh.
Right. Oh, I love a laugh. I love a good laugh. Oh. Yeah, I'm bored
Right.
now.
Yeah,
I'm
I
down
think
now.
I think I might have to end the broadcast.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it's
my
probably
eyes are
best.
getting tired.
Probably best.
Your
Yeah.
eyes are tired.
Yes,
you've
I've got a proper light, one of those lights for actually lighting these things. That's why
yeah.
I look fucking
Yeah.
terrible otherwise. But it's, I've got, look, I've got
No,
this.
you're right. And you,
I like that one.
Oh,
I've got one of them as well.
Yeah.
oh,
Look,
And it's hurting my eyes.
Look, I've got
have
one
you
of
seen
them.
those round
Oh,
ones?
you've got one as well.
I've got one as
No.
well. Look, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Mine's over there. Yes.
Is that
Yeah.
does that substitute, like, you know, if you get
One of them.
depressed when you don't have daylight? Is that the same
Yes.
sort of thing?
No, no,
One of them lights, you-
no.
They're also
Make
really
you feel tired
That's
and
the
ill.
UV lamp.
they're really
All right.
good for painting and decorating in dark rooms. Yeah.
Ah. Oh, what was that noise?
So you
I
want,
don't
you want
know.
your photographic lights on? I know the bulbs as well. I've got to show you the bulb because Becky knows all about the bulbs. Becky, yeah.
The bulbs? Yeah, they're great, aren't they?
The bulbs. The bulbs.
The
Or
bulbs.
the bulbs.
I got planted me bulbs in the.
Go on, show us your boobs.
Show us your bulbs. Aye. Oh, lovely bulbs.
There it is.
Bulb.
Very well, you are.
It's very
That's a bulb,
bulbous. It's
isn't
very
it?
bulbous, Al.
It is.
It
Yeah.
looks like
bulbous
it's already
bulb.
lit up without any electricity.
It's lighted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're great.
Okay, it's a bulb and a half, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what's it got in it then? Has it got a battery?
I don't. Can you show us inside it?
Why is
Becky,
it?
is that,
why
what, is that what
it?
you dropped on the tube, Becky?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it looked
Fucking
like.
hell.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Stick it up your arse, Al. Stick it up your arse.
What's going on there?
Which way does it go?
Anywhere you want.
You pay your money any way you like, exactly.
Oh God. This is what he's like when he's not been drinking.
Yeah.
God knows what he's like when he hits the soda water with the salt.
And the rock salt.
Right, we're down to 2 people and almost 1 hour and 45 minutes. So I'll end the broadcast, and we can thank you for everybody who watched and donated, and thanks to Gracie who bought calendars, which I can't send to her without paying another 50 quid. But you know, we shall see.
Maybe we should do like a crowdfunder for the postage.
Yeah. Well,
Do an appeal. Could we do an appeal like with a load of celebrities on it asking for
Mind
money?
you, I reckon Rishi Sunak can probably afford it because you know this fucking magic money tree that doesn't exist.
Yeah, he's been pulling money out of his prostate,
out of his arse.